The hidden far side of the moon.
Hey traders, welcome to the stream. We made it halfway mark of the week and Bitcoin's still above 16,200. Rejoice, I guess. Yeah, another day, another exchange halting withdrawals, where it is Genesis this time. And it really didn't affect Bitcoin at all, which is interesting. I mean, it was reported this morning. It was like official withdrawals halted. So that's good that Bitcoin's held up and it's not quite making lower lows yet at all, right? So Until you break this 16.2, I guess you're safe. You're fine like a fruit fly, right? For now. But it just, nothing really makes too much sense right now on the oscillators on the 4-hour. But, and if you want to know, the chat box is still broken. It's not working. So in lieu of having chat on screen, I just have a 60-minute chart of Bitcoin live at all times. I mean, like, what else can I do? Like, I'm leave it blank. I mean, we'll have that. And if the chat starts working ever, you will see chat cover the chart. So it's not like we'll miss it if the widget starts working again. I'm just kind of out of carrots and sticks here. I don't know what to do, you know, with it. So no, Gemini, not Genesis. Thought it was Genesis that was, not Gemini, right? I said Genesis. Why? Now I'm getting confused. Brad texted me and said it's Gemini, not Genesis. And I'm like, wait a second. I thought it was Genesis, not Gemini. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's Genesis and not Gemini, which Gemini is the Winklevoss exchange. It's both, but like Gemini came out and said, nah, you're safe, everything's good for now, right? So, but Genesis is screwed for sure, right? Just Gemini's not, and that's what I mean. Yeah, withdrawals are fine on Gemini. That is what I'm talking about. That's what I said, right? Get wrecked, Brad. Thank you, though. All right, so I mean, you just consolidating bearishly, probably. I mean, you could run a 17.581. It's not going to be that weird, but just getting really weird on the index funds now, man. Getting really extended, you know. I mean, off the bottom, hitting inflection points, hitting sell walls, resistances, supply lines, all that. Big runs, long established downtrend though. So hard to be optimistic. We do have Jesus challenge for a new day, right? Time change. Here's your daily candle. Nothing burger candle. Nothing. Like whatever. Just still hanging on to this Thanksgiving 2020 little one-time swing low. 2020. There it is, right? Still above that for now. And that's it. I mean, if you want to look, this is a valid bearish wave structure, or it's bullish wave structure. Valid until you start breaking above, my God, C, like 22.7. I mean, this could go up, confirm a top. It could match 21.250, and this is still valid. You wouldn't even believe it. But then what happens when it rolls over after confirming distribution again and then hits it just later? I mean, you just can't count out this wave structure. There's so much that can happen. Like you could short squeeze up, make a lower high, then roll over later. But for now, this is bad. And this is kind of the target for now, 13K. Minimum 14K, but then 13K because the candle closed in the 1618 pattern completion zone. So yeah, Gemini delayed withdrawals on lending program, but they also came out later and said that everything's fine. There's no more delays. So but Genesis screwed. My issue is like, isn't Genesis somewhat connected to GBTC and ETHE? You know, and I was on stream yesterday. At one time during the stream yesterday, I'm like, I'm telling you, man, we don't know what it is, but tomorrow something's gonna break. Something's gonna be bad, and then here it is this morning. It's just another one, and it's like we could say the same thing today. We don't know what it is, but something's gonna be screwed tomorrow, most likely, right? But what's it gonna be tomorrow? God, I think it's like a few days in a row I've been saying this, right? It's just, you just don't know what, but it's definitely coming, right? It's definitely gonna happen. The contagion just continues to spread. We keep seeing more and more of how much a sociopath that scam bankrupt fraud is with his tweets and messages. I can't believe this guy is still using social media and communicating. The fact that the guy's not in jail right now That's like a scandal in itself. The dude is free right now, able to play League of Legends and tweet like nothing happened, like it's just a prank, bro, just a joke, no big deal, just billions of dollars he took. I just can't believe it. It's like Jesse Pinkman, you know, he can't keep getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with it. Screaming. Let's burn his house down. You know, like in the movie, in Minecraft. Okay, so that's it. Ethereum, it kind of in dire straits here on the 4 hour anyway. Not so much the daily. It's not that big a deal on the daily, but like you zoom into the less significant time scale and you can see what's kind of trying to happen. But like, you know, still target of 1,025 just for an 886. We have not done it. It's like I need to sneeze. I need to sneeze, but I can't. Well, once we get to 1,020, 1,016, I'll be able to sneeze then. I'm sure Scott Carney feels the exact same way. He can't sneeze. Please push the price to 1,020 so he can finally sneeze. All right, let's go to the 4 hour so you can see what I'm talking about. I mean, dire straits kind of. It's like, hey man, you catch a pump here, okay. Like, doesn't really make any sense to pump, but all right, I get it, man. Like, you're only like you know, you dumped, you crashed virtually from 1675 to 1,068. That's a crash for sure. When an asset loses 36% of its value, such large market cap in 5 days, that's a crash. It crashed, but then it had a pretty miraculous rally, and the rally turned into a formal back test of the key zone of inflection between 1223 and 1266. And you can see locally, like what market participants have been trying to do. They've really been trying to re-breach 1266, but all the king's men could not usher in candle close on the 4 hour above that level yet. But like you do see like one time and then the second time and it failed, and it's just kind of like, that's kind of confirmation locally, and then these are lower highs than this high. So you just think, yeah, probably going way lower, but of course it's crypto, and you know, I'm just saying, when you're below 1266 too long, you run the risk of dropping to $1,000 or $980. All right, that's one. Like you think about it, right? It's even if you flipped the chart over, I would think that like if I was a bull in this situation and we were like, hey man, well we got this like trend, we're up, we've been uptrending, right? Higher highs, higher lows. We finally broke this key resistance. We had been failing all throughout September and October to break. We finally did it, finally broke it, and now we're getting really strong back tests. And locally, with those back tests, we're showing forms of accumulation. And we're truly above the level right now. I mean, that's so strong. That's so bullish of price action above a level you need to be above, right? And that's the inverse argument of reality. Or it's just all the inverse of everything I just said, you know? Bad distribution, confirmed. 1266 confirmed as resistance. Remember that time throughout September and October when it was only support, my God, forever, and now it's not. Now it's doing something completely different. Different correlation to the same levels. I mean, whatever. Again, been wrong before, I'll be wrong again. And just thinking here critically about price correlating to levels, and to me, it doesn't look good, but maybe to you it looks wonderful. I don't know. I mean, God, that's cool. Trend's not your friend, and you haven't hit a formal 886. I'm just thinking you would, but if you're going to the 886, I'm thinking probably $1,000. Why $1,000? Why $980? Because it's a dead cat bounce back from February of 2018. A dead cat bounce. You see you're breaking below the dead cat bounce from January 2018, the first one. And you got a dead cat bounce of a dead cat bounce. So that's the target, though, 980. That's where you go, right? Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. You can't hold above this too long enough, you go straight back down. Okay, I believe it. Just hasn't happened yet. All right, that's where we are on Ethereum. Could be, just saying. With all those things being said, right? It could be a very low risk area to short. If it fails, it fails. You take on the minimal losses. But if it succeeds, you get a really good 3-to-1 reward to risk, right? And it's based on what's just happened in the past few days. Past 6 days, really. All right, so we can go to BNB now. It just, you know, it's just stuck, not doing anything. It's, you know, after the crazy biggest bull trap of the year. It's just right back at the same price it was at in August. Same price it was at in July. Same price it was at in May. All right, stable. You can talk about the stable coin. I guess it's BNB. But yeah, I get it. The swings. You think like after that, assuming Bitcoin, Ethereum are going lower, then BNB would follow suit, and you'd see 220, 188, $200 area next. But of course, if you're in the dead middle of two ranges, it could easily go right back up to 330 first and then dump. If there's a short squeeze in crypto, just doing what I can with the limited data I have at this current time, right? I mean, below the 200-day simple moving average. 3 failures. Okay, so 225 daily target. There you have it. Not much change at all, right? I mean, like, that was a daily candle, bro. Huh? I can't even see it. I have to, like, scale in, like, insanely to see it. Okay, XRP, the same thing. I mean, not much has changed. It's been pretty quiet on the crypto front, you know, like we had the engulfing candle, we had the 4-hour divergence, we had the second low, the confirmation low at the inflection point, rally, but you're below the 200-day moving average, and we know if Bitcoin dumps, there's no way XRP rallies. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. You go back to 32.5 cents for another test, and if you're going back to that at this point, you're probably breaking it and going to 25 cents. That means Bitcoin's rolling over, BNB, Ethereum, they're all rolling over together. The big three, and then you have let's just go to total, knock it out. Jonathan, what do you think about the whole everything? What do you think about scam, bankrupt, fraud, screwing over millions of people, and causing contagion that is still rippling through the markets?
I like turtles.
Thanks so much, Jonathan, for your take.
There's bears out here.
Sam?
Tom Brady getting sued too for his complete and utter shilling of a scam that no one knew at the time. No, I mean, I get it. No one knew at the time. No one knew about Enron. No one knew about the Ranos. No one knew about BitConnect. Okay, well, whatever. Still did it. Still accepted lots of money to do it. So plead ignorance all you want. Anyway, so total market cap still above that Black Saturday low. Couple successful bounces off of it, but my God, what is going on? Why are you bullish engulfing, spring back testing, and just crapping out at 815 billion? What are you doing? It should be time, man. If we're doing this, let's go. No need to wait. No need to just 60-minute confirm a top here. What are you doing? So that's kind of similar to Ethereum, right? So I just, to me, man, the oscillators are screaming, you're going to roll over again. Another wave down's coming. But no, it's only what it looks like, okay? I'm not telling you that's going to happen because it would be extremely arrogant and egocentric to say, I know where something's going. But the way the 4-hour oscillators look imply that it would be going much lower soon. Just hasn't happened yet, and I'm just kind of waiting. Absorption of demand at a inflection point. Okay, so we would just be waiting for this. The altcoins, they've already broken their supports, their formal supports, almost all of them. Not all, but my God, the very high majority have broken key supports. That's why it is crypto winter officially. Well, at least in this community, I have ushered it in. I have so decreed it in this community, crypto winter, because of those formal supports being broken. This was real, but like we could go to individual cryptos and look at them and show you on the daily/weekly what I'm talking about. We've already done that to ad nauseum, but we could go to just total 3, which I think is everything. That's gonna, more so than Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think the altcoins are going to really shatter things. And here's your total 3. I like totals times 3, where the level, I mean, it was here. Was it the daily close or the weekly? I think it was the weekly candle close. It broke. There was some support here from February 2021. You're below it, man. The downside's 50%, 44%. And it's straight up and down, and then up, and then guess what? And time down. We just gotta.
How are we going to cook the books if natural gas moon? Chart building base to go to the moon?
That's true. Well, we'll have to eat the bugs raw. Jeffrey, thanks for the 22 repeating, of course. The super Klaus Schwab contribution. Maybe we should just get we should get Chaylin to make a emoji ball for Klaus Schwab, and he like turns into a lizard. Right? Like a picture of him, and then it morphs into a lizard, and then like sticks his forked tongue out or something stupid and spins. And that would be in the jar. And then when you tip that, you get him. That'd be perfect, right? And then we could have some clip of him, you know, like when someone tips, you'll hear Klaus Schwab saying something for real. I don't know, man. That's how these ideas come up. Like, it just, someone tips, it triggers something in my brain, and then we run with it, and then it happens. It's fun. Okay. It's fun having your own graphics guy, like, on retainer, you know? Like, you know, scam, bankrupt, fraud should have lawyers on retainer. I have a graphic artist on retainer. It's nice. Jeffrey, we can't go that far. I'm not gonna have a Brandon emoji ball. Why would I ever do that? Weight Watchers gonna switch to Zabugs. Yeah, didn't they rebrand to Bug Watchers? Cowboy? They're off the rebranding, right? That's what's just ridiculous. Like, all we have to do is just rebrand. We're about to break and breach all-time lows. Well, we already did, but we're trying to hold it. Let's rebrand. Market loves it. Supports hold. Maybe it then goes on a 100% rally, you know? So, this is the one to watch. Total 3, and so much trouble here if you catch any inkling of follow-through. Okay, let's go to Cardano, which, or maybe it's not Cardano now, it's did FTM? No, not FTM. Sorry, not Phantom. I mix up Phantom and MATIC for some reason. I don't know why in my brain. They just get, they're the same thing. What's up, Calm Before the Storm? Thanks for the 1313. Appreciate it. No message, just saying the calm before the storm. I agree. I mean, this is, well, we had a big storm. Now we're in the eye of the storm, and we're about to get, I mean, waves like reciprocal or just normal ABCDs are like hurricanes, right? The first wave down, right, you're getting the eye wall. That's where the strongest winds are, right before the eye. And then you get the eye, which is the, you know, the A to B, A, B, and then B to C. B to C is the eye of the storm. And then C to D is the, you know, the end of the hurricane, the back part, which is not as powerful as the front part. But you can get tornado spinoffs, right, with that. So I'm just thinking, yeah, thanks. You brought it up, storm. So Anyway, I mean, MATIC, if you're looking at it, no change from yesterday. It's still pretty good. And it's technically better than mostly everything else. But, I mean, I should remember, like, looking in bad market conditions when the ones that don't look as bad as the others, when Bitcoin starts flushing, this thing, they like, the altcoins, like, have a way of catching up. Remember, like, KNC this year? It's like, it's outperforming everything. And then it drops, like, 80% in a day. While Bitcoin drops like, 5%, altcoins go 7%, it goes 80%. It's like, well, that caught up in 24 hours to everything else in performance. There were others too. I remember Wi-Fi in 2021, same thing. It caught up, in its terrible performance. Warm up the stream by hitting the like. Nice, Alfredo, nice. He's punning. I dig the puns. Yeah, we have ourselves a snowstorm, and it is cold. As I have my, my logoed memorabilia. This is nice embroidery. Okay, nice warm embroidery fleece. All right, so where you are, what you're actually doing is terrible. Like if you think about a range. You've obviously broken back into the range, and now you've formally back tested the range for 4 days as resistance, and then you bearishly engulfed. And of course, like the oscillators are just set up for lower price. Like, okay, the negative moment's building, it could keep building, get real bad. I mean, look at your RSI on the daily at 47. You have the 4 hour here. Yeah, it's kind of like Ethereum to its own respective resistance, right? Like just talking about here. And you're back in it, and you're trying. I get the higher low, and I'm cool with that. I get that. Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing their own local higher lows. But what is this? What is this? I mean, like you're gonna test once, fail, and then you're gonna test again and fail. Like that's it. It's done. It's like if the confirmation high, these two substantially lower highs at resistance, if that's real, you'd think that the next thing that happens is probably something like this on MATIC. But again, it's just nothing certain. It just seems most probable. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you just testing these levels and failing? Not once, but twice. Well, I mean, look, you had a one test and a second test, and you failed. But yeah, the trend was still bullish, and you went to the 200, and you made a higher low, 786 or something, 618, and then you blasted off. But it's just doing very similar, if not the same kind of behavior as it did in October. So I'm just like, well, it's time, man. Like that. When you do that, it's time to go down. It's time to mark down. Let's go find some more demand at lower prices after confirming that a resistance is resistance again. Okay, I'm looking at this because it's a large market cap coin. We'll go to Cardano now. It's terrible. I mean, just like there's just nothing about this is bullish, and it's doing nothing for the past 4 or 5 days. Just wait till Bitcoin flushes, which Bitcoin isn't flushing and might not flush. I mean, you get a short squeeze, fine. It's one low, second low, and you rally off of it, okay. You get a bigger wave up. I understand that. But what's the most concerning thing about this one, it's like a lot of other altcoins that have just broken supports. It's over. The big ones are broken. They just haven't caught follow through yet. They may never catch follow through. Fine. Then take me to 40 cents and break 40 cents and hold above it, and then we'll talk. But until then, hands off, only bearish. Like, you just run the risk of waking up one day and you're down 25% on Cardano. Engine coin, you run the risk where it is right now of being down 25% when you wake up. Normally, you're not in that type of danger when you're above key inflection points from history, but we were above them for 5 months and only lower highs. That's it. And now we're making the newest, freshest lows of the entire bear trend. On this one, it's been around for a year and a quarter. 15 months of lower highs, lower lows. Okay, Cardano, and then, we can look at Doge that couldn't do it, man. Dude, last night, it was so close, bro. It was so close. Good God. It's like, what are you doing, man? You had your chance, and you just keep failing now. And so it's like, it's so controversial on this one because it's actually got some semblance of maybe a bullish setup. Unlike everything else just about in crypto, it doesn't have a bullish argument at all. But like, if you could break I think the daily candle high close from August 16th, I think you got a real chance to moon. But you can't not break it and fail. I mean, anytime you close below the level, you run the risk of going back down to 7.86 cents. That's the problem here. I can't trust Doge when it fails to break 7 or 8.6 cents. It's hard to trust because the downside takes you, how much downside potential? Just from where you are right now, if like that failure is real, I mean, you just run the risk of 8.8% downside from here. Intraday, it's almost doing it every day, right? So I'm just, if you have your alerts set up above 8.6 cents, maybe we could get a daily close above it, but it's just, it would require Bitcoin not collapsing. And the problem is Bitcoin and Ethereum and BNB look like they're about to roll over again. They look like they're actually about to wave down again based on the 4-hour oscillators. So that just means that if that happens, Doge does go to 7.86 cents again. It's not going to hold up unless Elon tweets. And this is the only crypto in the world that actually has a billionaire that could at any time could tweet and make this thing pump 40%. So that's like you're out, man. It's like, hey man, we got a 2-outer. We got 2 cards in the deck that could save us. You know, Bitcoin rallying and a billionaire Elon Musk tweeting about it. That's it. Those are your only cards on this one. Okay. Super neutral on Doge. More bearish on Ethereum and Bitcoin. Okay, Doge, and then do we even need to look at anything else, man? I mean, like, they're all crap, dude. For the most part, they're just in a lot of trouble, technically. I guess we could just switch gears to the S&P. Yeah, I'd seen it on the futures chart, but this could be an abandoned baby of sorts. Right, it's not like perfect, but like if you just, it's this ugly circle. It's the worst circle I've ever drawn in my life, man. Why is it doing that? Like, I don't know, I gotta get like, I'm getting my PC guy over here. Tomorrow, he'll be here. Let me show you here, okay? I mean, this is the stuff. This is like, it's not perfect by any chance, and I mean, like, you have a wick here that makes it not as perfect and may not even be valid. And if it's not, then maybe it's just an evening star of sorts, but the abandoned baby does not have to be a doji. It does not. Right, the bearish abandoned baby of sorts. You know, the wick on the S&P is weird.
Thoughts on dollar mask daily and 4 hours.
So Charizard, thanks, man. We can look. Okay, that looks like a reversal. We'll see if it plays out. I remember the S&P is certainly the downtrend is not in any jeopardy of reversing. Okay, so let's just be real about that. You're still contained within the parameters of the massive downtrend structure. You even got some upside if you wanted, but dang, man, that's ugly in the past 3 days. Like, what is that? That's whack. All right, so there's a lot of downside. I mean, like, if you start reversing, you go down probably to 35.88. I mean, it's a lot of up and down. Thin order books, you know where the inflection points are: 3,600, 4,060. Any reversal, the gap fill, there's a very real gap at 37.46. You think that would fill in time? And on the daily, unable to break and stay and sustain prices into the bullish control zone. You're now back neutral. Another failure, right? You always want to be in the bullish control zone and bullish trends, all right? You do not want to fail. You do not want to fail to break back into the bullish control zone, because it can have some pretty devastating consequences. After the failure in December 2021, that's where a big wave down happened. When you failed to break back into the bullish control zone in March 2022, dire consequences. And you know, this wasn't as crazy because you got to overbought and stuff, but you know, you fell back below the bullish control zone, and it wasn't too. It was like August 19th. I mean, you were up here still. You were still extremely elevated, but when you failed, you went straight down and lost all that value. Made your lowest low of the entire downtrend. So here we are again, though. All right, with just another failed attempt for, you know, maybe tomorrow it changes, but just something to take note of on your failures, okay? Don't do it, man. Dow Jones. Where's all my stuff? I mean, what the heck? Maybe I'm on the wrong chart. I think I am. There we go. Dow Jones, right? Remember past few days, the hanging man. Buyers have failed 3 days in a row, 4 days now. Flat today, 0.1% down, whatever. But this is where you think it's an 88% retrace in the previous high to low. Still can't break 33.7. It would require some miraculous pump on a lot of stocks to get us above this, and it's a very extended wave up in a long-term downtrend, and that's still intact. Potential reversal area. Pay attention, all right, to that. So the NASDAQ has fallen back into its downtrend, right? The initial touches, you had an up thrust, then you had a back test of up thrust September 12th before rolling over. But here you are, you know, you tried and you failed. Like, what are you doing, man? I mean, this is in its own right kind of a bearish abandoned baby in ways. It's not perfect. It's got that big wick, but right, you gap up, then you gap down, and they're similar. That's not bullish, man. That's just not very bullishly. And now, like, if you start reversing here, all of a sudden, classic bearish divergence where you made a higher high than previous high, but lower levels on the oscillator. Dang, man. So it's a pretty long way down. I mean, at least a 10.8. So you get it. We're back inside the downtrend, and you just painted some pretty whacked out looking Japanese candlestick structure 3 days, right? Same stuff, man. That's abandoned baby behavior, man. You got abandoned babies everywhere. And now you got bearish divergence argument. Look at the high, then the slightly higher high with lower levels. If you catch follow through tomorrow, you continue to lose this momentum. It is very real buyer exhaustion at this point. And that's pretty pathetic, man. You're rejecting the 200-day simple moving average. We've seen that before. August? But don't you dare tell me you're rejecting the 200 moving average, bearish abandoned baby behavior, and bearish divergence developing. I wonder if the 12-hour might show us some really strong bearish divergence. It's about the exact same. Let's go to the 8-hour. Bearish divergence. If you catch fall through, it's bearish divergence on every time scale. 4-hour. Oh, it's ugly, dude. It's real ugly here. Look, you got like almost like triple divergence. Okay, so index funds starting to look some really sketchy here. Starting to look real sketch. Remember, the trend is your friend. The long-term trend is bearish, and there's no arguing. No argument here, okay? Only bearish long-term trend, but hey, bear market rallies happen all the time. Can't be that easy for bears, right? So make of that what you will. Buyer exhaustion, 4-hour, 8-hour, 12-hour, daily now, if we catch follow through in the coming days. Those are your index funds. All right. Okay, dudes. But bro, did you see Target today? Down 13%. Its worst dump since May 18th. You just look at that. It's just crazy. It's earnings, obviously. Bad earnings and revenues were off and all that. But look, the 200-day moving average think we've seen that before. Rejections at the 200. Oh, you just did it again. Gap down. Now it's just like this. The parabolic uptrend's broken. Right? I mean, like, there was a time that made sense, but there's just nothing here, man. Like, you could be headed back down to 90. Look, the trend is reversed. It's bearish, only bearish trend. You're bearishly consolidating. This is a bear pull bear flag. When you think about it, when you have a gap, just think about this. It's like one red candle. That's a bear pull bear flag combo. And you know, if it actually doesn't hold this upsloping support, $90 target most likely. But it's crazy because Walmart's doing the opposite. Look at this, man. The main competitor getting back above the key level of 133 and running to 151, 153. Gonna test it in the coming days, most likely, you'd think. Nice little, you know, pennant wedge right here. Just gapping up. Don't know if we're gonna be breaking that though. That's a big if, okay? We're just showing you comparative charts, identical markets or identical sectors, main competitors. But dude, what about Party City? Weren't we gonna party? No party, dude. The 886 reminds me of crypto, where you just hit the 886 and you react and stuff. Now you start rolling over again. You've broken all the supports, and if you're patient, I think Party City, you see 27 cents again. But bro, we're at 88 cents. Yeah, that's absurd. That means like Party City could very well be seeing another 65% downside. Carvana, remember that scam? We're a tech company. We sell cars, and you're down 14% today. Here it is. Look, you're at the lowest lows ever. I mean, April, May of 2017. You're just here again. You're just rolling over. Like, no one's buying. How do you lose 14% of your value today? I can't even tell. So if it's 855, you can imagine it could go way lower. Lose a lot more value. No one wants to buy this for good reason. Never forget, man, on these runs, 1, 2, 3, the rule of effing 3. You see it, one big peak, second, and then the third, and then you just go back to Bitcoin. My God, man. Just go back to Bitcoin in 2021, and it's just like, remember here, it's like 1, 2, 3, and that was it, man. You know, there's a lot, just the rule of 3, man. Not always, you know, 1 and 2 here. It was only twice in 69K, but stuff like 1, 2, 3 before you dump. And then here, I remember this in the summer, 1, 2, 3. All the bearish divergence on, you're looking on that third peak, you're looking for that bearish divergence. Orange juice did the rule of 3, right? The yields, here was a 2-year yield, the rule of 3. Still not going down. What is going on? These things have been getting wrecked. How is this thing, how's the 2-year yield not collapsing? Isn't the US 10 like dumping hard? But 1, 2, 3. Right, the third peak, and you have this continuation of bearish divergence, but no one's selling. Can't stop it, man. You just can't. Yeah, OJ too. Orange juice futures. I mean, just it was the rule of 3. 1, 2, 3, triple divergence and dump. But then it, like all of a sudden, man, just. Are you inverted hammering now? And now you're just back at 202 and figure this might be the culprit. I mean, just underperformance of anything bearish because it's hyper bullish. Yeah, hyper bullish, dude. Anyway, just kind of going around. Let's go to gold now. That, again, just nothing today. Just stalled out. Didn't do anything. Kind of like maybe tweezer topped. But, I mean, you're kind of maybe topping at a perfect area. Don't you remember it's an 88% retrace from the high to low? Look, the 886 was touched 2 days in a row, 48 hours at the peaks. And as it touched those 886, that 886 fib node, each time it was the peak of the day. Interesting. It's all about that 886, man. It's the dream. Rule of 3, the 886. So I think it could go a little higher. I mean, the inflection points are a tidbit higher. 200-day moving average up there, that could be tested. 1803. Haven't touched that since June 22nd. Silver. Also just kind of stalling out a little bit after pretty nice runs. Bearish engulfing candle a couple days ago. You caught follow through yesterday, and it's a new day now. But you think, remember, from your previous discernible swing high to the low, it's an 886, an 88% retrace. I mean, it's typical, right? 886s, man. Natural gas for Jeffrey. Let's look at that for oil. Not doing much, but dude, it's psycho. It's a psycho chart. Natural gas, good luck. This is the bots, man. You are running with not the bulls. You are running with the bots on natural gas futures. I don't know how anyone could swing trade this, like for real. Like, or I'm sorry, day trade this. Swing trading maybe, but to try and like be taking action on natural gas futures every day. Wow, it's more insane than crypto, man. We're talking like, on average, over the past 2 weeks, we're talking about 10% swings daily. Sometimes more, 14, 15% swings intraday. So I don't, Jeffrey, man, you better be just keeping it on the daily, bro, because this is insane. Buyers defending the living F out of $6, are they not? But sellers defending the crap out of 634, and there's the range, right? Yep. So off your lows, but stuck, range bound. Look, I mean, 634 is not a joke, man. It's like if you break this, there could be a massive rally to 763. That's crazy, dude. I mean, more volatile. Could someone find me an asset that is more volatile every day in the past 2 weeks than natural gas? Please, I implore, I inquire you to find something that swings intraday more insanely than natural gas that has, you know, enough volume and liquidity to do it, you know. Oh, well, LUNC's a scam. Natural gas is not a scam. LUNK or LUNC, it's a scam, dude. That doesn't count. That's not, no one, like, that's just, no, not scams. FTT, it's a scam. Socks, you talking about the semiconductor ETF? I don't think so. Talk about bearish abandoned baby, ladies and gentlemen, you have it. You have yourself a bearish abandoned baby on the semiconductors index. Not even able to test the 200-day moving average. Real nice retrade, nice bear market rally. That's, yep. And guess what? Back below 27.65, you can see how much trouble you're probably in below this level. Even if I was just being nice, I'll just tell you a peak. I mean, that's your target, 24.47 right there, where it rallied initially in July. If you do this, I mean, that's probably the target. So, like, if semiconductors, I mean, NVIDIA had a, you know, they beat and they missed, right? You know, and this thing's got like 9% downside on it. But then, what was it? Which company today did really well on earnings? Was it? It wasn't Intel, was it? It was one of those legacy tech companies from 2000, man. Come on, help me out. I'm just blanking right now. But dude, for real, that's abandoned baby stuff. It's not like perfect, but that's real, dude. That's some serious bearish reversal combination Japanese candlesticks. Cisco, that's what it was. It was Cisco, bro. Yeah. CSCO. Almost. Yeah, so this thing's up. After hours, 4.3%. Currently at 46.31, right here, where my crosshair is. just above a very real inflection point that goes all the way back to 2018. You're above that barely. That's a big range. I mean, breaking that could take you to 49.45, but in these market conditions, if the macro rolls over tomorrow, after we've identified a lot of these bearish abandoned babies, this will not hold. The gap will fill. You'll go right back down to 44, 45. If you fall below 40, the problem is this is a huge range, right? It's the inflection point's $40, $46, $49.45. Above $46, you could be going straight up to $49.45. But if you fall below $46.15, insane downside potential to at least $40, $41. So I would not be like getting too excited about Cisco being up 4% after hours, because that could be all given back if the macro rolls over. Like these index funds and the stocks, semiconductors, index, all of them, man, could take this lower. Let's go to oil. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place today, but oh, you know, egg futures finally chart updated. We have all-time highs on egg. It's not egg futures. It's just egg price for a half a dozen or whatever. We'll look at that. My God, what am I doing? All right, U.S. oil. There it is. Just, yeah, man, like another day. I just, no confidence. No confidence in some sort of Momo shift anymore. Not with the new data. The new data has changed my mind. Isn't that crazy? When new data presents itself on a daily time scale and I change the way what I thought is now no longer the case. Isn't that crazy? Right, the confirmation of distribution is very real. The bearish divergence very real. Below the $87 inflection point, very real. No confidence in oil. If all this is going to play out, you go back down to $75, $78, unfortunately. But it's not dead until it starts taking out $83 and change. So yeah, it jumps across the creek, breaks the supply line, and just confirms that there are less market participants that own U.S. oil than they did in August 30th and July 1st and June 10th and March 7th, right? I mean, you have lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. The trend is reversing. It's been reversing. It's currently bearish right now in the midterm. Ricky F says he wishes that YouTube would notify him when I go live quicker. It's happening lately. Again, I don't know how you watch this stream and you're not in the Discord. The Discord, 100%, you get pinged immediately. As soon as I go live, I myself physically go in and ping you in Discord that I am live and give you a link to it, and you can click on it and I'm there. All right? If you're not in the Discord, you are Ricky F. You never use Discord, you probably should. You don't even have to use it. You just have it. It's an app on your phone. You never use it. You just have notifications from my Discord server on, and you get pinged for the live stream. And sometimes you get pinged on really important things, right? Like if something's breaking a key support or we're crashing or something, you get pinged. I may not even be live, but dang, man, I'm notified. It's a high value notification on my phone. Whoa.
Can you check the stock FUBO? I sell covered calls on it weekly for 5% to 10% returns, pays really well. I'm worried the stock will reprice when I have covered calls out and I'll lose my shares.
Yes, we'll look at FUBO, not FUBU, but FUBO, yes. It's been a while since I've looked at that one. Again, Discord, dude. There it is. Yeah, dude, our freaking Discord is active as it's been when we were in a true bull market. When Bitcoin was at like $60,000, our Discord currently is as active as then, the general chat anyway. So, I mean, you'll have like breaking news that'll happen, and then people are like competing to get that breaking news in the general chat now. Or like I'll like go AFK and something happens on Twitter and I'm like, what? And then like I like copy the link and I'm about to hit enter to push it in general chat and someone's already beat me to it, and it's like, good God, man. It's cool to see what's happened, how it's evolved, and yeah, you gotta love it, man, because It's like, this is what's happening. Like, the incubation of our community in the worst market conditions. Guess what happens when we go bullish again down the road? Whew. You're not going to be able to see anything in general. There'll be too much spamming. All right, so sorry, U.S. oil, just not looking hot anymore. We go to rice futures. Got to wonder here, you know, is this the type 2? We should ask Scott Carney, you know, is rice showing the type 2 here on this? Or did we already have it underperformed? It's almost like a ascending triangle. You know, you just think about, you have a sell wall certainly around 18 bucks, and then you have higher lows, right? Accumulation. So could be a bullish continuation, a bullish reaccumulation structure going on right now. The weekly looks insanely good, right? Like for higher prices based on all that hidden bullish divergence. So strong, but so high, you know. Will you check back 3-bar reversal? What are you talking about on rice? What about soybeans? Soybeans, dude, it means like you're looking at it, you're like, I'm optimistic, but then it's like, dude, you can't break. What's happening? What kind of absorption's happening at 1454? I mean, it's like rolling over. Now you close the day below it, and I'm like, now it's like the downside. If you're below this level, you go to 1300 real fast. Yeah. Yeah, man, you know what really could be going on with this one now? God, man, new data. It's just like, can't break it, dude. You can't. It's like, what have you got this going on? I mean, that'd be 886 stuff. That's 73 right there. But okay, we can do the shark. Valid shark still, I guess. Let's do it like this. Either way. You know, shark behavior, and it still just hasn't hit that PCZ yet. 886 would take you down there. I mean, that would make sense. Be real. Okay, first 60 minutes of the new day. Closed. Bitcoin. It engulfed, man. 60 minute, bro. Whoa.
Hey Mitch, can you check MPW? Medical Properties Trust.
We will look at them. Or not capitalized L to protect your identity. Thank you, dude. Wheat futures, nothing happened today. Verdict out. I mean, still in the long-term uptrend technically, but I think we're working on this wave down. You got to wonder if it's gonna go make a matched low or if it's gonna make a higher low. You know, and 950 is everything on this chart. 950 and 740. Okay. Coffee futures continuing to get decimated. Awesome. I made fresh lows today. Lowest close since July 2021, and all formal supports are really broken. A lot lower to go. I don't know why I would stop here, but eventually 104. But it might take months to get there. Beautiful. Lumber futures buyers defended the support again. They did it, man. I mean, are we now double bottoming? Are we gonna hold? I mean, in actuality, if you look at the daily, a low on the candle close and then a technical, but barely, slightly higher low. Yeah, are we hidden bullish? I mean, maybe hidden bullish divergence. God, it's the most subtle, sneaky hidden bullish divergence. It's the most hidden with all caps. Hidden bullish divergence on lumber futures at the support. If buyers can defend long enough, maybe the sellers relent. We catch a big rally here. That's it. That's 414. If you don't hold that, way lower. So again, have your alert set up around $405, $408. You hear the beep, you know you're breaking the formal support that goes back to like the 90s or something. 1990s. Can't remember this peak. You're already below other parts. You're already below, like you see 1993 and 90, multiple times in 93. But I'm just talking about the high from 1999. You can clearly see some 2005 inflection, Look here, I mean, 2013, it's a big deal. This is not a joke where you are. You break this, a lot of trouble. But if you hold it, hey man, you could be running to 623 again. Just pay attention. Oh, let's go to the egg price. I'm sorry. Hold on, egg price. Here we go. There it is. Up 17.82%. This is your grade A eggs, large eggs per dozen in your U.S. city average. The Bureau of Labor Statistics came out, gave us more data, and yeah, this was your high from 2015, and it just doesn't stop. So, I mean, your egg price keeps hitting all-time highs. Oh yeah, bro, inflation's, we've tamed inflation. That should be the peak, right? Not according to the price of eggs. Someone find me bacon price. I mean, we have the hogs price, and it's in a downtrend that it reversed. You know, a lot of those do show. I mean, like that they've reversed their cycle or their trend really for now. But eggs, not the case. Yep, cattle futures can't stop, won't stop. It's just up here and just at the 1618 won't do anything. Nothing, dude. Just fill the gap, which is crazy. It's good, but do we roll over here or do we just moon soon and head to the all-time high? Really hard to say. There is no bearish edge. There's nothing implying that buyers are actually exhausted. Maybe we go the weekly. Anything? No, I just extended momentum, but I guess maybe a little bit of bearish divergence. This is so close, though. I don't know. It's like you could take a shot if you want. This is where it should react to reverse, and it hasn't yet. It's kind of crazy. Okay. Then your hogs that we're talking about, your bacon futures. Here you go. I mean, just still in a downtrend. It's been in a downtrend. July was real. I mean, you know, it was the head and shoulders type behavior, the Momo shift. It was that declining volume at the top of that little mini wedge. It was beautiful. It really went the bearish divergence. All of it was so good. And here you are, but you're not even making higher highs. You're still making lower highs for now. So not like egg prices, right? All right, before anyone falls asleep, we can get off commodities. I know people get bored with commodity prices, but I think it's like, it's across the markets. That's this stream, man. Across the markets. Speaking of the markets, what about the US dollar? You know, US dollar. Which one was it? You know, was it a wedge or, and looks like classic distribution. And there you have it. You know, the lowest price you had seen on the US dollar since mid-August, and that's really helped the equities reversal for now. Just remember what was going on the weekly. On the weekly, man, you had done a bunch of stuff that was so real. All right, what was going on the weekly? You had a multitude of things going on. All right, first thing, the 2009 supply line. Yeah, man, you go back 2009. You tested that. Secondly, you had a continuation of bearish divergence on both oscillators. And at the same time, from the high point of the bullish arc to the low point, you exceeded somewhat a 1.618. You're not always going to reverse literally at it, but that's an area, that's a good zone, that's a good area to think if there are other variables that are telling you the same thing, that the 1.6, like being at an extension of a 1.618, the gold mean ratio. If you're showing bearish divergence, if you're hitting a supply line, if you're hitting an inflection point from 1970 something, all those things, you'd think that, hey man, that might be an area where reversal happens, and sure enough, it's happened. And I think there could be a little bit more downside, at least to 102, 104 for the heart line. Largest spike of negative momentum you've seen since Mother of God. You hadn't seen this much weekly negative momentum on the US dollar since October of 2010. Whoa. RSI neutral. We look at the DXY, we got to look at the VIX, right? They figured it out, man. They figured out how to control the bots. And yeah, you got yourself a little spike yesterday, but you gapped down and closed at 1.75. Closed down 1.75% today. Trying to break that little demand line. I mean, as long as you make a higher low than this low from August, I mean, you're probably still just showing accumulation. They're still keeping it suppressed. It's below the 200-day moving average, whatever, 24.1. Bitcoin 60-minute. Like, we always have visuals on the price now. So maybe we should just do this from now on. No more chat ever again, and just Bitcoin's price there above us. Fix option future expiration today. Okay. Well, if you're talking about support resistance, I think it's kind of like rejecting it, and you just don't know anymore. I think they figured it out. I think this is so suppressed and manipulated right now. It's just like they're not letting it get above 35, no matter what, because that is how circuit breakers trigger and crazy bad deleveraging happens when you get above 40. So, not even once this year has it been above 40. Telltale. Okay, so I guess we can go to the request now, right? The request, man. Total still just hanging out above 763 billion. We already looked at natural gas bugs. Mask, daily and 4 hour. Which I think is somehow connected to Elon Musk, according to some people, right? Yep, it is. It is. Yeah, you can just look at the chart and know, right? Crazy. I haven't been here in a while, though. I'll tell you, this is serious, though. What it's doing is actually really good. Breaking back above the June 2021 low is not a joke. Breaking above that, it could manifest into another run to 513, 550, which you did initially. Yeah. It's trying to do it today. There is, just like Doge, that hidden bullish divergence argument, okay? Where you had the low, now you've made substantially higher low, and now your negative momentum's waning. But it's at a much higher level. So that alone is really strong. Similar price action to Doge in ways. If you can just stay above it long enough, from where you are right now, you could see another 47 to 50% upside, 56% upside. I think that would be your next big level. I plotted this because it was like this local level, not really well regarded. Just, yeah, to see like the straight down and up and down and up, and then down and up and down, and then it's like up and down. You kind of get it. If you're above this area, then you could be going straight back up. Again, 50% upside if it holds above 334 long enough. Below it, you don't want anything to do with it most likely, but above it, my God, the world could be yours. That's your target. Above this level is 513 to 547, and that's it. There you go, Charizard. Oh my God, dude. On the, it's very, very good looking. I mean, really. Wow, man. Like, look at that. Above the 200 moving average. Putting in that second low, much higher than the first low. Convergence. And again, breaking the level. You're up 10% on the new day. And that's your target up there, bro. Look, straight up and down. Okay, up again. Just have your stop right. One could have their stop below 307. Just to protect themselves and let it ride. But yeah, being up 10%, it's just breaking it right now and could fail. But I'm just saying, looking left, looking at history, you got a lot of upside here. Again. Wow. Nice one, Charizard. I mean, nice one, Elon, right? This one's connected to it. Fubo. Fubo. Oh man, this is disgusting. This is the inverse. Look, man, I get where it is. You're not gonna get me to say it's not at a historically terrible level or historically important level, I guess you could say. I say terrible because it's like, it's all-time lows, man. This is awful. What'd you say, though? You sell covered calls on it weekly for 5 to 10% returns. Pays really well. You're worried about the stock will reprice. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. I'm no expert on when you're selling calls and you get repricing of the stock. I don't know, man. But I can tell you, I can do the technicals on it for you. You know, I can be like, hey, look where you are. 330. Well, guess what you're doing today? You're down 12.77%, and you've broken. You truly have broken that low from November of 2018. Yikes. So what does that mean? Are we going down to June of 2019's low now? I guess that would probably be the target. Broke that bearish. Oh, couldn't even bearishly engulf because you gapped down. Gross. There, you know, you understand, like, there was some day, it was March 6th of 2017. You can't see it, but it's there, and I'm going to plot it. That, it gapped down to 31 cents and then gapped up. I don't know what to tell you. Fubo TV. You wonder if 31 cents could be in store for you again. I'm just, right, plotted it out. It's there. But you're now at this massive zone. Is it a spring back test? I just don't know if Fubo is going to make it here, if it's going to hold. But yeah, these are your lowest risk areas, for sure. I mean, buy low, sell high. But yeah, like when you're just this close to a support and you're just dumping 12, 13%, I can't even tell, but dang, dude, that could do some damage to your portfolio, I'd imagine, right? But yeah, here you are. Doge breaking. Let's go to it, man. Let's go to Doge. Breaking news on Doge. Here's your weekly. Weekly, I'd really like to see it close above 9 cents. You've only gone up last night to test it. You did it a couple times. Last night, it was during... Dude, it was crazy. The whole crypto market, including Doge, pumped as soon as Elon Musk retweeted that there was the coverage of the whole NASA rocket launch to go to the moon. Of course, crypto pumped on that. And when it kind of like everything fizzled, it just kind of gave it all back. But it was just, what are these bots doing? Like, how are they programmed? Elon Musk retweets anything that has anything to do with moon. Crypto pump, buy everything. So here you are, man. Like, look at that. It's just, it's up 1.6 numbers. You can see the candlelight close. It's right there. It's trying. But you can't tell me it's breaking because it's broken it every single effing day for over a week now. And it closes at it, but then it dumps below it. It's stuck, man. It's a short-term range between 8 cents and 9 cents, right? Past 8 days or so. Past week. All right. Highs of the new day. Well, not really, actually. Getting close, though, dude. Here's your 60-minute chart. You can see it. You will always see the Bitcoin chart here. I know the snow. I mean, should I take the snow off? What do y'all think? Leave the snow, take it off. I'd probably take the volume off. I should do that for sure. Volume can just get in the way. Like, that looks a lot better like that. Not enough answers, dude. You're freezing only because of the wind sounds? Dude, just get a fleece or a windbreaker, bro. So easy. So yeah, Doge is just doing the same thing it's been doing every single day. It's just, you have an argument. Like, it's one of the only arguments that makes any sense technically, right? But it's just this pesky level that is just so real, you can't break it. And you won't if Bitcoin rolls over, but if Bitcoin squeezes and we run hard, I mean, I think Doge is gonna moon, man. You just gotta know above this level, you know. Like I'll plot this too, because it's not just the candle eye close is important, but it's a zone course, like always, right? Candle close and the wick high. I mean, breaking that takes you probably back to 13 cents again. Really does. I mean, you just see all the chop in here, man. So much chop. And it's good you can get back above it. Like if you break the 9 cents, like last night, you tested 9 cents, broke it briefly during the launch, and then you just went back down. So I mean, it's just so close, dude. Very, very close here. But I do love the low, the high, the higher lows, the higher highs, the higher lows. That's trending. It's becoming a trend, right? You say that. So just pay attention to Doge, man. It's the one to watch. You know, of all of them, technically this is the one to pay attention to. All right. Remember, all of them. Oh, they're all cryptos. They're all Beanie Babies. But this one's got that silver lining with that billionaire who can tweet and make your dreams come true. But if you're telling me that's the case, and it's showing a bullish shark that has completed and hit an 88% retrace the date of November 9th and has stayed above it that long, okay. Kind of like that. I'm cool with that. My problem is the fact that we look at Bitcoin and it just doesn't look like it's going up. I mean, it looks on the 4-hour like eventually we'll see negative Momo again and we'll fall back in the bearish control zone. We'll get oversold again. It looks like that. The lower highs just... Thank you, Darwin. Yeah, man. People, it's Easter egg stuff, right? People don't get like what the weather represents, man. It's a big deal. Big deal to me. It's like a big part of my life. So, and it's like in another life, that's what I would have done, man. That would have been my career and stuff, you know? Dang, man, we've been live an hour and 20 minutes. What the? So crazy. And you know everything else is going to be going up to. Ethereum's going to be breaking back into the zone. Okay, if it's breaking 1223, then it could be going to 1266 again. I don't know why, right? It's just like, why is it going up, testing and failing twice, rolling over, breaking all formal supports from history, and then just going to break back above and then just start retesting again? It doesn't make sense technically, but again, these are whacked out markets, man. So, yeah. Thing just below 1223, just doomed. It'll be something, Velez. It'll be something. But I mean, it's kind of insane how the price on Bitcoin was just not affected. It's falling on deaf ears now. Oh, people are just getting royally screwed in the crypto market. I don't care. No one cares. Market's not dumping anymore. So something's got to give, I guess, right? Oh, we had another request, didn't we? MPW for Adams is the only one left. Dang, man. Medical properties. Terrible trend. Wow. Awful. What was the point of looking at this? You just wanted to look at it, huh? What's your reason in here, sir? Wow, what a ugly dude. I'm going to weekly on this one. Start on a weekly.
Bro, you are Dusty from Twister. Embarrassed smiley face. Philip Seymour Wickhoffman. Explain your weather addiction.
I feel like I'm like way better looking than Philip Seymour Hoffman, dude. At risk of sounding arrogant, I mean, the dude just wasn't a good looking guy. Or, I mean, whatever. Maybe you do think he was a good-looking guy. I don't think so. I don't think I'm, like, good-looking, but I don't think I'm, like, fugly, you know? So, yeah. Dang, man. Okay, so what's this one? I don't think there's much to do here. You would maybe want to wait for 876 if you could. You would, right? A low from 05, 2010, 11, 12. 16 was down there. That's what you touched, isn't it? That you didn't even touch it. My God, you were close. I would wait, and I think that's probably where it's headed in time. I get why, maybe, because there's some really, really nice bullish divergence here. So you got one thing, okay? You're not really at the inflection point you want to be at, but sellers are a little bit exhausted on a pretty significant time scale. Well, at least somewhat, you know, you're showing positive momentum this week for the first time since the 22nd of August. And it's there. I really like it on the RSI. I love when the weekly gets oversold twice. And on the second time it's oversold, it's higher than the first. That's real strong divergence. But you've played out of that. I mean, it's like reset and you're just so far away. And look, you're testing this 2020 low as resistance kind of now. That's kind of a level, you know, that's kind of an inflection point, I guess. Let's start like right here. Like a little peak from 06, then a support, a valley from 07, then inflection in 08, and then a reversal in 2011. And then it ended up becoming support for a while in 2014. And then you held it and you held it. Buyers defended in 2017, 2018, and that was the launch point to all-time highs. But now it's like, you're below that, right? You're falling below that again, and that's the big deal. You need to get back above that. I would say this isn't really one I'm looking at that looks great. You know, it's like I think there are others out there that are way better. This is tough. This is a tough one, right? The 1 minute chart? No way, dude. 60 minute, as far as I'm going, unless someone pays me handsomely to turn it to the 1 minute. No, dude, 60 minutes fine, right? On Bitcoin, on the mini Bitcoin chart. We've never done that. You know, this is the first time out of 5 years, almost 5 years of streaming. Never had just like, instead of the chat box, the Bitcoin chart. Came to me, I'm like, I gotta do something, man. I can't just leave it blank like that. It's terrible. So. Yeah, MPW, man. I don't know. Talk about a real, an actual unit healthcare chart. You look at HCA, that on the weekly is above the 200-week moving average, confirming accumulation, is rallying back above a high from 2021, and could be headed right back to 258 again. What an uptrend, right? Like a beast. A Kang chart. Headed for at least an 886, you think, and that means like 267. Just a X, A, B, C, D. And if it fails, then you go to frickin' Crabland. 1618's up in the 300s. Yeah, beautiful, man. They're out there. But this, I would own this all day over MPW based on technicals. Oh, I missed Rite Aid Cactus. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Hold on. I got you. I got you, dude. Let's get to it. Well, certainly. Rite Aid hit a key inflection point in the past weeks perfectly. I mean, we're talking about the lowest low of all time from March of 2009. The bottom. You hit that. Morning Star, and you've been rallying for an entire month. But look what happened. Another level. Another key of key levels, 688. You tested that and you've rejected it. You're down almost 10% today. So if this keeps up and doesn't go well, you could be going back down to 420 again. But yeah, I get you, man. It's like a low and then a higher low on the weekly. You got serious divergence of sorts, maybe, right on the RSI. But still no nasty downtrend. Oh my God, dude, are you kidding me? Look at the 200-day moving average. That's what it did yesterday. Rite Aid pumped, and just touched the 200-day moving average, rejected it as resistance, and from there, what is Rite Aid down? Rite Aid, after testing and failing to do anything but reject the 200-day moving average, it's down 16% in 2 days from the top. Trading like an S-coin. Yes, trading like crap. Yeah, man. So, certainly not an asset to long. Not yet, dude. I think there are other ones that are at bottoms. Like, look at the Michael Berry stocks. He's not buying Rite Aid, bro. Warren Buffett, is he buying Rite Aid? Why would we buy Rite Aid? It's like, it's a retail store, a drugstore chain. What about it makes sense? Well, how would this bolster your portfolio? You know, owning Rite Aid, a loser, massive loser. I get it. I know where it is. You're at the lower risk of thing. One low, the second low, and on the second low you have two lows. So if you break 688, you didn't be headed to 1160. You break that, you go in 17-20 bucks, but you just haven't yet. Earnings coming up when? December? Wow, December 20th. They're down, what is it? You did business with Rite Aid, Mr. Peabody at Enterprise Company. Needless to say, it was a crap company and they were not growing. Of course they're not. It's Rite Aid, man. But yeah, despite anything, it did hit the lowest lows ever and bounced off of that substantially. But that was it. That was a month ago. And what a rally it's been. My God, since it found the bottom, it went up 85%. And now it's only up 48% in 2 days. It was up 88%. Now it's only up 40-something% in 2 days. What? So that's it, dude. That's your Rite Aid that maybe I missed. Sorry. And I don't think they sell crickets yet. Do I trust the Winklevoss brothers? Dude, I don't trust anyone. Do I know them? Have I had a conversation with them? How do I someone asked me about that earlier in a PM today, and I'm like, dude. They asked me if Gemini was a reputable place to have their money, to store their crypto. And it's like, dude, how can you know? Without regulation, how can you actually know? You're asking me like in 2008 or whatever, like before it broke and everything, you know, the market started crashing and everyone got exposed. But like, you're asking me, hey, is Madoff a good place to put your capital? And it's like, I mean, it seems like it, I guess, right? Until it's not. But at least, you know, there's regulations and so many rules and stuff in the stock market, and in crypto, there's no regulation. So how can you really know? Like, how can we know even if like Brian Armstrong is reputable and trustworthy? You just really don't know. The whole point of crypto is like, you don't need to know because cold storage. Hey, dude, we're sending another $37 billion to Ukraine. I mean, you get, right? The Marxists have taken over the government, right? The people are not in charge of the government anymore. The deep state and the Marxists own the United States government and really all Western governments at this point. Klaus Schwab, man, they did it. They win. They won. Your voice will not be heard. You'll go to the polling station, it's not going to matter. They control everything now, man. All of it. You'll get a senile 80-year-old man that wins the presidency at 3 a.m. And since they control the media, they have normalized vote counting to take a week. You get it, right? I hope you just see what's going on. I mean, I hope you see it. If you don't, whatever. Then they're going to call it conspiratorial all day, but it's so real. Everything's real. You will eat the bugs. We're going to force feed them down your mouth, okay? Down your throat. You're putting those bugs in your stomach and you're going to digest them, okay? The chitin. Pretty much Sauron's in charge of all the governments now. All the corporations, all the media, all entertainment. God. It's bad, man. All these coins just hanging on by a thread. I just don't, I look at them, I'm just looking at them right now, I'm like, oh my God, so bad. Like a government that had your best interests in mind would never, with what's going on, would never, ever, okay, another $37 billion out of thin air to go to a foreign country. It would never happen. I'm telling you, it wouldn't happen. And they did it like there was a request within 24 hours. Congress says, okay, yes, take this money that we don't have and send it somewhere else. But we have all these problems here. And they use the media that they control to gaslight you, to tell you that there's no problems. There are no issues. Everything's fine. Economy's fine, dude. Yeah, everything's good. Is BlockFi safe? You're not safe, man. Not your keys. Not your coins. Intensifies daily, does it not? It's like something might be safe, but you just can't know. You just cannot know, man. Tell you what's not safe. IOTA. IOTA is not safe. IOTA is destined for 15 cents. Bro, that's not like a big deal though, man. It's at 22 cents right now. I mean, it's only 32%. It's only got 32% downside and there's no ifs about it, right? I mean, that's the next technical level and you broke support that you've been holding on to for 5 months. No, this is since May. So we're talking like 6 months.
Hey Michi, the world seems upside down in these trying times. It's a good thing we have Pulse Malone Doge Chain coin token to keep us all grounded. Amir, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you're right, man. He's got us. He's got our back. Thank you, Kush Blunts. We'll go to it after this, all right? IOTA's not even fine like a fruit fly. It's already been swatted. It's already just molecules on the bottom of your, I mean, it might be on your hand still, you know, pieces of the fruit fly is IOTA. That's your target. I mean, look, you're probably going to go test 20 cents again. I get it that one time, but the real level, you can clearly see the actual level where like a multitude of times throughout years that level holds. It held again. It's broken. This isn't the real level. The real one's up here. So that's my target, 14.89 cents, 30% plus downside on IOTA. I will go to Pulse Malone Doge Chain coin. That had a good day yesterday, not a so good of a day today. Sorry, man, all those gains given back, but that's okay. As long as you're above 452, 488, you're all right. When you fall below 488, I don't like it as much, and then 455, it's over. You're going to get wrecked. You could be going to $2, $1.90 if you break this support. So until then, you're fine. You're okay. No, Voyager, you can't resurrect a fruit fly. They can respawn which is what happened, right? I mean, like all the fruit flies got swatted and killed, except a few. They lingered around for 3 years, from 2017, 2018, and they laid eggs, and then so many more fruit flies came to be, right? There were only like 3,000 fruit flies back in 2018, 2017, and then 18,000 fruit flies this time around, and there'll probably be even more fruit flies in the next cycle. They don't last long. They die, though. Okay, so Pulse Malone, Doge 1, thank you for the contribution to support this 100% crowdsourced stream. This stream brought to you by you, the viewer, and only you, the viewer. Never, ever, ever an outside entity that I accept money from and in turn promote their crap to you. Never. No ads. No advertisements. No monetization via YouTube. Copyright music, so I could never do that anyway. Always. Oh, man, we've been live like hour and 40 minutes. Dang, dude. So just for a blood day, pretty good timing on the on how long I've been streaming. Yeah, man, you're gonna have ups and downs, dude. It's gonna be pumping and dumping in between. The trend, though, is your friend. The trend. Remember the trend, man? Lower highs, lower lows. You're at an inflection point, it seems. You've held it a couple times, so anytime you hold it a couple times, of course it could rally to 840, 838 again. Of course it could. I'm not saying it can't. It's just the way the oscillators look on the 4 hour is just kind of disgusting. It really is, man. What's up, DXY guy? Of course you'd say that. It's in your best interest. You're a little biased, are you not, DXY guy? Did I make you laugh, Marlene? What am I, like a clown? Like I amuse you?
Currencies look exhausted.
Thank you, dude. I mean, we can look at like one. Grid room pound to US dollar. I think it broke upward, you know. Had it like confined within that little range and broke it, back tested, engulfed, and now it's at a level 119, 120. That's a low from 2019, a low from 2017. If it goes back further than that, I just didn't have enough data on this one. I don't think so. Yeah, you are certainly at a level that's very real here, are you not? Exhausted though? I mean, just extended momentum. Not really. Well, the high to the higher high. You could be talking about bearish divergence here, maybe. The higher high, now at an inflection point with the lower levels. Interesting. No one's better than Pesci, dude. Plus, you misspelled his name and weakened his last name, so sacrilege. So I don't know. Exhausted, maybe a little tired, maybe a little tired. I mean, it might be time for the DXY to react, and you know, for a little bit. I would say it has been a pretty nasty dump, so I wouldn't be surprised. To just another higher low. The spring, the back test of the spring, the engulfing. Now the higher low. Wow, I just don't trust it, man. I get it. I know it could moon. It can always moon. You get how it could anytime. I could any day be live and be like, it can moon. Dude, it could moon here. It could moon. It could always moon. It could moon right now. It could moon tomorrow. It's just awful. It's ugly. It crashed. Legitimately crashed. Not even using that word erroneously, right? Crashed. rallied, back tested a level as resistance, rolled over. Now it's holding support a couple times. But where are the higher highs? Where is the rally? You just can't be sold on it. Sorry, man. Like, I don't care if I miss out on some percentage gains. Like, I'd just like to go to sleep at night knowing that the trend is bullish. It's not bullish. It's a bearish trend. It's been a bearish trend. We know the index funds are well extended on their bear market rallies now. You know, Nvidia is up 44% from its bottom of this bear market rally, up 44%. I mean, you got a lot of assets that are up substantial amounts from their bottoms. But now they're hitting these levels, and now what index funds showing a bearish abandoned baby patterns at inflection points, hanging man on the Dow Jones, and that's still not invalidated yet. It's still hanging man days ago, and now you're still real at 886 from the previous high to low. If it's going to reverse, this would be the area. If the downtrend's very real still, the long-term downtrend. I'm just be really cautious here, man. You haven't seen negative momentum on Bitcoin's 4-hour chart since November 10th. It's the 16th now. So we're talking about you're going on a week of that, and that just doesn't last, right? You just don't normally see positive momentum and bear trends just extend on. I mean, this is the longest extension of positive Momo we've seen. My God, I mean, really. That's 5 days. That's close. About a week right there. Yeah, you just normally don't get these long extended levels. In July you got one. That was after a capitulatory event though. So I'm just saying, man, eventually you're going negative again. It's going to be on lower prices. So just be careful and go to Ethereum. Ethereum's like, look, man, this is like kind of a low risk short opportunity. I mean, I think the lowest risk for the short entry would be around 1266 for another, if you got another back test. But now you've already done that. You've already tested the top end of the zone of inflection as resistance and failed, and you did get a shooting star. I mean, it's a green one. It's a very real shooting star right here. See that wick? That's it. Shooting star on the second lower high. And now you've fallen below 1223, and for now you're just back testing as you could break it. I know, dude, of course, but it's doing this, and that's not good. 1223, you think it's a joke? It's not. I can show you. I can go back and show you what 1223 is on Ethereum, and it's right effing here, right there. I don't know why it's not even showing up on my daily chart. That's crazy. Look, 1223, always been here. 1224, 23, whatever. You're below it. I know you're above the candle high close though, 1214. But you're failing and failing. Okay. And you know what happens if you can't break back. If you break above it, my God, wow, dude, lots of upside, right? But below it, my God, $1,000. And there you are, bearish engulfing candle yesterday. Technically, you cover the previous candles, 2 previous day candles. In fact, it's your second lowest candle close, second lowest candle close, only second to the low from the 9th. Every other day since the 9th, you had nice closes. This was the lowest. Okay, so just please pay attention to the levels we are currently at. Let's see if we catch follow-through on the bearish engulfing. On Ethereum. Your target, if this is a real bearish backtest, I'm not kidding, if this is real and it starts collapsing from here, your target eventually $1,020 for that 886, but then eventually $1,000 bucks, $980. See what happens. Okay, leave y'all with that. Thanks for coming out. I really appreciate it. And I'll just be back. And really, thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Until next time, respect the T. A. What the? Oh my god. Lag. Alright. Peace.